all the shit I ever been through, all the parameters, all the hurdles, obstacles, I prevailed, dog. I had a lot of folks try to do me the dirt, you know what I'm saying, and et cetera, et cetera. And I just kept prevailing. And we ain't gonna let nothing stop that, bro. Period, shit. That's why I like to, if I was to do a brief synopsis of my life, I prevailed, dog. Nobody like, you don't even know. I'm not even saying it in no like cynical or sarcastic way. To be like, you know how some folks be like, oh, I'm happy when they really not. They hurting or something like that. I am truly happy, bro. When I go to sleep at night, I sleep peacefully, bro. When I say my prayers and my daughter is paying full cognizance to what I'm saying, I let her understand the importance of my prayer and why it's so dear to me. Like this, I can't trade this. Like, do I got my gripes and things I would like to be different or whatever? Do I got faults about myself like anybody else might could do self-evaluation about themselves? Of course. But am I satisfied at the end of the day? Can I sleep comfortably? That's what every man, human being should ask themselves. That's why people be being blackmailed and framed from the government to whoever you can think of because they're not happy with their life. I asked myself this question, even about Trump. I'm gonna go down that briefly real quick. How can you frame a Donald Trump? You're 80 years old, you're rich as fuck, your family rich as fuck. But at the end of the day, your reputation ain't shit because you done pretty much killed it. But what you don't want to go down in this world is a pedophile. You don't want to go down as a sicko, like sadistic, desperate, thirsty, nobody loser. That's what you don't want to do. You can go down under 1,000 different things under the markers of what you can go down, but you never want to go down that path. That's the path. If somebody gonna blackmail somebody, that's the path nobody wants to go down. When I count my blessings and I look at my life, it's things that I put myself through, it's things that I didn't put myself through that I am not proud of, but bitch, I embrace because it's my life. Bitch, it is my life. I don't want nobody else's life. I ain't never in my life wanted to be nobody else. I never wanted to be no skilo, wish I was a little bit taller. Bitch, give me my height, give me my weight, give me my complexion, give me my face, give me my mommy. Now, if I could trade dads, you motherfucking right. But bitch, my dad is my daddy. I just started back including him in my prayers because he still gave me life, gave me an opportunity. That's all I can ever ask for in this world is an opportunity. Now, I can ask for a lot more, but I got an opportunity and I'm here. So, with that said, brother, I say that because, you know, it's a beautiful Saturday. I'm out eating with my daughter. She finishing up the last stuff food. And we're finna go to wherever she want to go have fun at. But I just had to sit there and, as I'm contemplating and I think about, man, this is a beautiful life, dog. I ain't tripping about nothing. I ain't tripping about nothing, bro. Bring me back a million times as the exact person I am with the exact personality. You know what I'm saying? A couple circumstances, different things I would like to change, but bitch, I can't change it, don't want to change it. It is what it is, shit. And that's how you need to feel about your life. You need to look and evaluate your life and say, okay, we finished, boo. We don't got to do the foolishness. Well, dry your hand with this right here. Dry your hand right there. You should be able to say to yourself in your life, man, can I live with this life a million times? Do I got no regrets? I got no regrets, shit. It's been a beautiful blessing and it's just an ongoing dream and fantasy I can't believe I get to live out. And I wish that other folks who I grew up with would have had the opportunity to make it this far to see, man, things get better. Because days in my life, I would have never visioned this in my wildest dreams. And here I am, still living, still prospering, blessed, and cognizant to understand it all. And with that said, man, you know, I got a video right now, YouTube blocking. Shout out to YouTube for blocking this video. But I don't blame them because I'm a great man and you don't want me on a mainstream to the masses because I'm different. I understand that. I know I'm different. My dad told me a long time ago, and I ponder this thought all the time. My dad told me, and I think about this being a single dad. When I sit with my daughter and I let her know, man, your alone time will be your best time. Don't never feel bad about, man, I'm alone or this and that. Don't never try to force a partnership or a friendship or anything. Your alone time be the times of you can get absolute thought. You can really be at peace with self. If you're at peace with self, everything else will fall into place. And I say that because as I'm looking, sometimes I tell my daughter like a bunch of things I tell her, but part of what I told her today, and I was telling her the reason Daddy take time to do your hair every time we go out, or try to put your hair together, because nobody like a messy lady. Now you're not a lady, you're a little girl, but one day you're gonna be a young lady. Nobody wants a messy woman, messy lady. Nobody respects a dirty female. Clean up after yourself. These be the small things that'll take you so far in life, that'll make the women that I desire, the women that I miss, the women that I remember, are all women of substance. Women that was like the small little things. Wash the dishes, straighten the bed, principle, moral. You can't have SEX with me on my PERIOD. Like women are something. Now don't get me wrong, shout out to all the ratchets that's with it, because I was with it during my ratchet life. But what I'm saying is a woman of substance and principle. And if a woman is grounded in principle, a man will never forget that, because some of our mothers, and we love our mothers to death, wasn't grounded in these same principles of cleanliness and principle and consistency. And so when oftentimes women be like, you hear the gripe that women will say, now let's go out to the playground real quick, babe, while we do this real quick, so I can chat a little bit and gotta be up under me. And then we're gonna go to another place. Come on, boo. So you often hear women say like, oh well, come with it. You hear women say, have you fun real quick, then we're gonna go somewhere else. Let me just chat it up real quick. Damn, this music loud as hell. You gonna go have fun or you wanna go back home? Cause I'd rather go back home. I don't like being around people. So my thing is very simple. Freaking substance, bro. And I think the part is, I was laughing at, I was looking at this while I was doing this video today. I was looking for the 1 in 10,000 scene in Django, right? I was looking for that 1 in 10,000 scene. And let me tell you about this life and how you gotta watch this life. You can't find this 1 in 10,000 scene in Django when Leonardo DiCaprio tells Django, man, there's 1 in 10,000. See, when I asked AI explanation as why can't I find this scene nowhere on YouTube, nowhere on Facebook, nowhere on Instagram, its explanation was it's a racist scene. The whole damn movie is about racism. Why can't I? It even says, it even got a viral video when he come back to kill everybody. He say, I'm that 1 in 10,000. See, the reason they don't want to tell you it because they don't want to birth the thought, ideology. Because when we look around as just black folks without even white influence, when we look around and we go on Facebook and we see niggas fighting, and we go on Instagram, we see niggas fighting, because YouTube never minds those videos, right? I got YouTube shorts. If anybody that's curious and want to do an investigation on me, look at my old shorts. Look at shorts that didn't go viral, right? Shorts that's under 200, 300 views. Look at them shorts and say, why did that video go ham and this video didn't? I'm talking about me, the recorder. I'm literally up on the fight. That just was my life at a certain point where drama went down and I was in near proximity. I got 2 white girls with the best cat fight you ever seen. I got a fucking red nigga, if bitches was looking at like a pill or something, old Italian, it's blacks that's Italian, I don't want to get into all that, but, he whooping these white boys out their clothes. Vin Diesel looking at a nigga. I got it all up in front. I got one with the white boy running drunk from the police, falling all over the chairs. Funny shit that could go viral. Did do no plays, no views. Oh, this is an algorithm you want me to believe in? But yet they pushing panhandle and this fucking nigga shit. As soon as you cut on your video, bitch shaking their ass, 2 black hoes fighting, pulling each other hair, 2 niggas fighting. It's like, okay, the jig is up. I see what it is. I see you perpetuating black foolishness to try to make us look like, they always put us as, like, even when they show HIV commercials, it's always like niggas and shit, or make show a little funny looking at a white guy, but they don't really show you the fucking white guys that got all the tattoos in their face, the muscular white guys, the buff white guys, the whatever, the biker white. It don't show them motherfuckers as HIV guys or AIDS guys. But we gotta be the fucking spokesperson in the face of all this shit. Fuck nah, bitch. It's y'all. It's y'all. No, I'm not fucking. You can't never call me racist. I ain't got a system where I can oppress you and fucking benefit off that system. I don't. That's why they call it racism, because it's part of a system. There's no black system in place where we could dominate you guys and ignore all your fucking achievements and fucking... Anyway, back to my point. So I understand when my shit gets suppressed. And mind you, I put my heart and soul into this last little video. It was dope as shit. I took my time. I thought it was funny, but I thought it was very educational. And to the like-minded, see, one thing about all social media is only for like-minded individuals. When you follow somebody, that's because you got some kind of similarity or understanding where you can be like, you can coincide with them. But the thing is, that's not what social media is. It's if I go to talk about some stupid shit, oh, bitch, I go viral. If I be on some, man, I remember one time I was jammed up, I was locked up. Or I remember one ghetto story, I was this, that. Oh, this bitch will go fucking ham. Look at the views just went up when I even said that. It's created by the same system, exactly. Exactly. This shit, it was created to perpetuate ignorance, oppress black people, and make us, paint us in a negative light. And obviously they can't suppress all the fucking white ignorance, but they can suppress a lot of it to make it look like we're just the ringleaders of this bullshit. When it is so many white scholars that respect black intellectuals. I just looked at this thing with Frederick Douglass. He was talking about 4th of July ain't our holiday. He was like, while you guys are celebrating independence, what about, and he called out all the hypocrisies of America. But nobody, one thing about it, and there's nothing worse, and we can all admit this, black or white, is the person that don't want to accept accountability. A motherfucker that deflects, and deflects. You feel me? Like, that's the problem where you say to yourself, like, I'm dealing with a child. Because a child don't want to actually, you know, like, it's like a complicated math problem. I used to have teachers that say, hey, yeah, you solved the problem, but now I need you to actually articulate how you got to this problem. Give me standard form. I used to hate that. They don't even talk about, last time you heard somebody talk about standard form? You don't hear people talk about standard form, ever. Because that means you got to give me step by step how you got to this equation. You ask white people, how did black people get to this equation? Well, you niggas is just crazy. You niggas is just wild. There was no slavery. We just woke up one day and America was America and you niggas was in the ghetto. You guys didn't invent everything that we claim technological advancements. So, hey, how we doing? How we doing? Look, this is a beautiful thing. I'm glad little kid came along and diverted me. So, little boy just came on. One thing I think I'm going to be a great dad on is when my daughter, only because I'm a dad and I get to, like, see the ins and outs of this. Most dads not trustworthy, maybe of the boys or their daughters, to have their daughters in certain situations. Now, mind you, she's still a baby. But my point that I'm making is the little boy just came. First thing he did was acknowledge me and wave at me. Smart guy. Now they go to play. Play. Ain't no, oh, shit. Because I know the conversations that we have. I know the innocence that she has and that's going to remain there. It ain't going to never be like, I hate when I see, go have fun, go play. I don't, say, look, she came to double check with me just now to be like, Daddy, is this cool? And I tell my baby all the time, long as you remain consistent and always be truthful with me, like, this is the most honest child, and I've been a stepdad for a long time coming up in life. These kids will lie their ass off. My baby is, I ain't saying it because it's my child, she'll be like, Daddy, don't get mad. And then she'll hit me off with the truth. And I say to myself, it gotta be me. This partially why I felt in long-term relationships. Because if I cheated on a woman or if I did anything or whatever I might have done what I keep from the internet or whatever. Ain't no woman never dated me or anything could be found out that I ain't telling her. Bitch, you get it from the cows, the horse's mouth right here, baby. It ain't for me to come to the internet. But if you gonna date me, this is what it is, shorty. Now, how many of y'all can get that out your husband? How many? And one thing about me, shout out to and I barely give my daddy shots out, but shots out to my old boy. My old boy said to me when I was 15 years old, don't ever ask me a question you're not prepared to hear the answer to. And he lived on that and still don't. Now, as faith would have it, when I was 19, I asked him a question. He wasn't prepared to give the answer. He always told me don't never be prepared to ask him a question I can't get the answer to. But when I asked him, I say, man, listen, bro. Your first 3 kids started with one woman. Started with your high school sweetheart. Beautiful LeBron James type of story. 3 kids, high school sweetheart. I said, did you ever think you... And this is many years ago. This is like 21 years ago. I said, did you ever think that you would end up with 14 kids, 7 baby mamas? He said, get the fuck out my house. This was on a Father's Day. I'll never forget. He couldn't handle that shit. It was like, God damn. Because he probably never thought about that. You start with... And that's part of my life. A girl asked me yesterday, she said, do you want any more kids? I tell my baby doing my prayers. I'm so content with just having one child because I'm so jealous with this love. I don't know how I could give another child. I don't know how I can split this love because like I'm just like that's just I don't know. But I do also know that whatever makes my baby happy makes me 1,000 times more happy. So for her to have a little sibling will make her so much happy. And it would probably be like a blessing in disguise. It is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? At the same time, man, all I'm saying is this, bro. Back to my original point, you know what I'm saying? Which is, we live in a world where the foolishness... First of all, let's get these robots off social media. Let's get the robots off social media. I'm at this point, you won't hear me in a live stream or any video ever complain about fake profiles. Fake profiles can work for you, but more than likely they use them as a army to work against you. So right now I got a lot of fake robots in this shit. I can't imagine you sitting there arguing with your phone. You feel me? Like I can't like be vindictive or just be the type of guy just arguing with a freaking robot. Now that's the ludicrousness in that in itself doesn't make sense. So I won't partake into the robot shit. I think when I get a real, and mind you, I speak it only into existence, but I speak pessimistic to say that I don't believe that I will ever be revealed to the masses because there's people controlling these robots. And the people that control it, that's why I'm telling you, watch, who are your leaders? Who are the people put forth for you to follow? Who are the people giving to you into these concentrated efforts to where every time you turn on your social media, they short is right there. Every time you turn on your social media, they little regular video, 30-minute, 20-minute video, it's right. And you're not even subscribed to these motherfuckers. But they're being pushed upon you. That's the motherfucker that's already bought and sold and controlled. I've been broke away from this matrix. I've been popping this shit. And that's why these people suppress me. Because one thing about it, information technology has been in existence for a long time. And they're gonna try to always paint people. The video I just did, perfect example, the video that they suppressing. I was gonna label it originally, they'll call it crazy's crazy. They'll label it off as, you're crazy. You're crazy. But what is crazy? Crazy is being at odds with the mass majority. Crazy is saying, hey man, I feel the sky's pink while everybody else seeing blue. And then if you was able to unmask and give them a reason to your assumption of why you got to your conclusion, and it made sense, you gotta understand, bro. Sandra Bullock got this movie where you gotta keep your eyes closed, because if you see the shit, you'll kill yourself. It was too deep. It's like the glory of God almost. You can't, they say in the Bible, you can't look at God because his glory is so great, it'll blind you. That's why I like that when they was running from, like when he effed up Sodom and Gomorrah and they running, he said, don't look back or you're gonna turn to dust. And the folks that look back, they turn to dust. My point that I'm making is, when the truth is so deep, that you are better off walking through the valleys of the shadow of death with your eyes closed. You're not meant to open your eyes because you can't handle what you will see. Folks can't handle that truth. Black and white, but we're mainly talking about the white mainstream because this is another point I'm going to get to. I thought about this today as I'm watching this X Games on ESPN. And I said, look at these guys just falling off the skateboard. I was so tired. One thing I could say, if we were going to say any benefits of social media, we get to see all these Ugandans and all these motherfuckers doing all these crazy-ass trips on simplistic shit. Bicycles. These bitches like doing things I can't even articulate verbally on a bicycle and on a skateboard with no whatever platform. And I said, give me 5 random-ass Ugandans off the street performers, and I'll put them in the X Games and bet on them all day. And I said to myself, if we start, and then I looked at the Nova Scotia guys who invented hockey, because hockey was invented in Nova Scotia by blacks. I know that's another fact that's too much for your brain to like take in. However, or capitulate. Nevertheless, I said, damn, I can put myself in a white person's shoes and I can understand the frustration. God damn, can we have anything? Okay, you guys are great at everything. You guys better than, okay, we get it. But can we just, at least for our mental health and cognizance, can we just pretend we run some shit and we great at something? Can y'all just stay out of one sport and let us dominate the shit? And the answer is no. But I can understand from empathy, something most people don't have that emotion to actually do. I can understand the frustration of you niggas always got to get into this shit and dominate, even though we invented this shit. And people will go through history and revamp history to say, man, these niggas is copycats and they don't have enough intelligence or fortitude to actually create. They know how to get in and learn and dominate. No, bitch, we dominated because we made it. But nevertheless, I'm looking at the X Games and I say, damn, look at all them white people enjoying themselves, having a fucking ball. And how sweet it must be to watch your own dominate each other. And you can feel this little sense of, damn, we're so great. Everybody needs that. That's nothing that I'm saying to be disingenuous about. Everybody needs to feel a sense of belonging, a sense of understanding of why they're here on earth, a sense of feeling that I too. Larry Bird was that guy. Larry Bird was just that guy. Fucking Ed McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey, couple other white guys, Mike Allstott. These guys was that guy. Mike Lynch, that guy. John Lynch, I meant to say. But freaking, at the end of the day, we dominate on the mass scale. And I said to myself, the most egregious part to all of this thinking, and I'm going to end it like this. How is it that we, the original people, and the minorities on the earth, these motherfuckers done killed so many niggas, the numbers will startle even white people. You don't start out with the original people on earth unless there was an eradication program forever that's been in place for the longest. These bitches been eradicating us right in front of our face. They use us to do it. They use music to do it. They use entertainment to do it. They use all the forms of popular streams. You say, what, boo? All right, we finna go to another place. I say all that to say, these bitches been eradicating us. And they keep the only most ignorant niggas, and they make the most popular people the most ignorant niggas to keep us in that hole. Just something to think about next time you looking up to somebody. Say to yourself, think about all the great people you met in life. You might have told that person, hey man, you should be a public speaker. Hey man, you should be a motivational coach. Why haven't you? You don't know what they haven't tried. What you should consider is the forces that holds those folks back, no matter how hard they try, because those forces can't afford for them to have mass appeal. It would be a detriment to their civilization that they want to create and predicate. I'm not a racist. There's no black person that has ever been a racist. I'm not even a person to push the pro-black shit down your throat. I'm just a realist. And my realty, that's funny, realty. My reality threatens other folks' reality. And if it doesn't align with them, the suppression comes.